Hey everybody, welcome back to the Has Been Hangout podcast. I'm Trucker Lee and joining with Colton again tonight. It's good to be back. It's we had to take a little break, get some stuff situated, but with football season around the corner and baseball about to enter into its postseason, especially after this crazy deadline. It's good to be back. And if you caught up with the post earlier that I made on Facebook, sorry. Um, you'll see that we're gonna have some tailored shows coming your way. Me and Colton are gonna do the football shows, and we're gonna have some baseball shows coming in with me and some special guests, or might bring one guy in. I don't know yet. Um, but it's good to be back, and we're really looking forward to this next chapter with you guys and bringing some more in-depth conversation. Gonna have some old faces returning too for some shows, so that'll be fun. But man, fall is back. We're getting back into it. Here we
Ball
go.
is
Man,
back.
I'm
The
I'm
the
I'm
greatest
excited.
sport on planet Earth.
Football is back, and obviously, I mean, college football kind of taking the top over the NFL. Like I enjoy the NFL, but college for me is just absolutely where it's at. It's just
Oh,
absolutely where
100%.
it's at.
Up until it
It'll
becomes
be
a semi-pro organization. But we're
yeah,
gonna get into that on a later
yeah,
episode.
yeah. There's a lot of big news going around. College football and things like that. SEC obviously making headlines with them wanting to kind of depart from the NCAA and what that would look like for them. Um, I know me and you've kind of had some like offline conversations about it and things like that. Uh, and what that would mean for the SEC. Like, what does that look like if the SEC breaks away? If will they do it alone? Personally, for me, I don't think so. I don't think that would make any sense for them to do it by themselves. Um, and if you've caught up with like Brandon Walker and his stuff, he says it doesn't make sense for them to break away without the Big Ten because look, if you have the Big Ten and the SEC, there you go. You have what
You basically have
the NFL.
football. I mean,
Yeah,
because you've got 12, 15 of the last 25 champions uh, with you,
yeah, absolutely.
basically. I mean,
Yeah,
since
yeah.
2000.
When you
So,
have in total what 32, 34 teams. So
yeah. I mean, you've got a full schedule, you got a full league, so
right. So I mean, in my mind, it only makes sense if they break away with the Big Ten. Um, Not gonna lie, that might be kind of interesting. I know the big conversation right now is if they can get the legislation passed, the act to save college football, um, kind of go into more regulation on college football and stuff like that. How do you feel about that?
Are you talking about the SEC and Big Ten
The big
leaving, or
Yeah, so like that's the big thing with the
um,
SEC right now. That's
again? The SEC can't do it alone. While they are, I mean, arguably the greatest conference in football, you can say what you want to. They've won twice over what the Big Ten has since the year 2000,
mm,
if not three times more. So again, the Saban era is over. Alabama is not rolling through anybody, but again, year after year, we see SEC teams there in the playoffs. But the last couple years, it's been Big Ten.
mhm,
Um, I definitely think some of the pros, if the SEC and Big Ten roll away, they can create their own governing body with their own rules and their own regulations. They can control their NIL, they can control the transfer portal windows, how all that gets handled, player eligibility through their own deal, the revenue sharing side, recruiting calendars. Like they can do all that stuff. On top of that, since you're not enforcing across 140 schools, you're probably looking at, I mean, a quicker investigation timeline for violations, uniform penalties
mhm,
across the entire group. When I say uniform, I mean like the same standards across the group instead of, oh, you're a Power Five school or you're a non Power Five school or you're a Power Four school, whatever you want to call it now. You
right.
get special treatment because you get this or this or this, or because you're Notre Dame and you can't join a conference, you automatically get a spot in the playoffs if you're ranked 12th or higher. It's like, so pull that away. Um, probably easier compensation schedules. You could probably build your own schedules instead of having to go across again 140 schools plus or minus. Um, but it would also on the con side, it would split college football. So it would no longer be for the love of the game. It would no longer be the little guy taking on the big guy. It wouldn't be Old Dominion versus Alabama. It'd be, of course, blue
Right.
bloods versus blue bloods. The Big Ten, and then you're going to have possibly an exodus of people from your non-power conferences trying to get in to the Big Ten slash SEC. And then does it turn into like a relegation thing? If a team isn't hanging, how do you hold on to them? If Mississippi State stays, how do you compensate Mississippi State versus someone like Texas, where Texas is the most, I mean, for the last 2 years has been the most valuable college brand in the country. How
Right.
do you balance that? How do you balance the flood of recruits? Because again, the NCAA has certain standards that have been the standard. Are you going to carry those over? There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of worry. And then another big deal, you're probably going to lose rivalries. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean,
Yeah.
they're
Because I mean,
probably
you
just going to go. I mean, you're
like
not going to have, certain like the Heroes game or the Cyhawk, or I mean, there's
yeah.
all these rivalries that pump in this money, that they're gonna gone. The long standing traditions of the long road trips, or bowl games. Again, the 7-3 Sacramento State coming into it hot. They do really well, and they're gonna play against, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Ole Miss at 9-2 or 9-3. Ole Miss barely misses the playoffs this year. How do they respond? Do they absolutely kick the dog shit out of Sacramento State, or does Sacramento State cement themselves as a plausible playoff team for the non-power conferences? So
Mhm.
how do you do that? Because again, if you're gonna take away that amount, you're taking away, if you're the SEC and Big Ten, you're basically cutting 100 teams out of possible out of the possibility of playing games. But again, those 100 teams really aren't doing anything for you monetarily. If you want
Right.
to talk about it in that standpoint.
Because when you're looking at like the biggest teams that would leave, I mean, you're basically looking at the top 25 that would be gone. As far as the AP poll, I mean, the top 25 is mostly the Big Ten and SEC. Like
And
the
sprinkle in
majority of
some
the
ACC, sprinkle in some Big 12. You know,
yeah, but the majority of that is between those two conferences. So you take that away, and then you're left with what? I mean, at that point, does like a North Texas and some of those like non-power conferences where they become ranked at? So I think it
and that's
takes
the deal.
away
The,
a
the
lot.
ranking would be gone. They'd be gone.
Right,
You
right.
wouldn't have the
So
top 25. You would have the NCAA, and you would have
whatever that,
whatever they're going to call themselves. I
right.
don't think it's going to happen, only to some antitrust laws, and again, I don't know. I don't foresee it happening. I think the SEC and Big Ten are smart in waging this war a little bit, only because, it's not really a war; it's a rumor, allegedly.
Mm. Yeah.
But again, if you've got the dollars and you've got the viewership and you got the TV rights, and if Notre Dame can run their stuff the way Notre Dame does and they get away with it, why can't Alabama? Why can't Texas? Why did
Mhm.
Texas have to give up their viewership on whatever that was, texaslonghorns.com or Texas whatever it was? Um, they had to give that up to join the SEC. Why? What is the what's in is it a television contracts? Is it brand deals? Is it exclusivity clauses? Is it, again, there's a lot of very, very fine lines that could trip up this dancing elephant. So, and
Yeah.
not saying elephant for Crimson Tide, just in general. Um, so
Well,
again,
and I don't think, like, I think it's empty. up until it's not. Like I think that threat is there as more or less like a warning. Like we don't necessarily want to, but we could. And we have the backing and the financial, backing to be
That's
able
the
to
deal.
do that.
Yeah, but can they? But again, can they? How do you break away from a tradition that's been a tradition for,
A lot, yeah,
I mean,
forever, forever.
150 years,
Right.
basically, going back to whenever Princeton played, and was a powerhouse in football, right? Um, but again, it's like
Well, and
you
if
could,
I'm
but
not mistaken, this isn't the
can
first
you?
time. This isn't the first time something like this has been thrown out where a conference may want to leave or whatever for X, Y, and Z reasons. Um,
Well, I
but
think the
I
NCAA needs to absolutely hammer down what can and cannot happen as far as redistricting goes. If you're the Big Ten and you've got 40 teams, you're not the Big Ten. If the Southeast
yeah,
Conference, by either just sure luck or proper planning, did not include a number like the Big 12, the Pac 12, Big 10, you know what I mean?
right.
If you just say the Central Conference for the Big 12, and then you have the Western Conference, the Northeastern Conference, that's how they need to bracket these guys. You don't need California teams playing against Pennsylvania unless
No,
it's for games that matter. Keep your West
right.
Coast teams on the West Coast. Keep your East Coast teams on the East Coast. Keep your Southern teams in the South. Keep your Northern teams in the North. That's how you find where football matters, because you have Northern teams playing against Northern teams. And are they tougher? Who knows? We'll find out when we play Texas. If we're a top four team and we're in the Big Ten and we're up north or whatever, the Northern Conference, and I'm Michigan or Ohio State or Iowa or whatever, and I'm coming down to Texas, it's going to be because of that conference pride that you can
Hmm.
move forward and say, we're better than you, and we know it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
I feel like because they've crossed so many, and again, I get it. There's planes now. There's jets now. I get that. But I mean, can Boston College play Hawaii?
Well, that's the thing is like whenever you have an East Coast team playing on the West Coast or in freaking Hawaii, the time difference is the killer there. Or if you have, vice versa, that whole situation, that's a problem. That's an absolute problem because
You're a
now they're having
problem. You're a
y-
real
you're a
problem.
real problem. And that's the thing is like they're having to start games at 9 a.m. in California to be on
Exactly.
the
To be yeah,
or big noon
yeah.
kickoff. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why. And I understand the whole money aspect, but again, if you got a school like USC that could easily carry something like the Pac-12,
Hmm.
stay over there.
Right.
USC, UCLA, Cal. You want
Yeah.
to put some umph back in football? You want to put some umph back in your freaking name? Build it.
Right.
Alabama didn't leave the SEC to go somewhere else and play and then come back. They stayed, they built, they built, they built. Now again, the SEC, they're just good. Now, and they probably allegedly, asterisk, they probably been paying players for a long time.
Oh, it's
Everybody was.
yeah. Yeah.
Fuck
Who
it.
right.
I mean, I'm just
Who
saying.
wasn't?
But at this point, it doesn't matter. So if you're Lincoln Riley, who I forget about half the time, and he's supposed to be part of a top 25 program, buddy, I forget you exist. Like you are so mid as far as a top tier guys are. You're so mid that I forget about you.
Yeah,
At
because you
least
just drowned out in the Big Ten.
exactly. You're nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, USC is gonna play Notre Dame. I don't give a shit. I want to know who the fuck Indiana's playing,
Yeah. Or Oregon. I mean,
or
Oregon, I think was the
Oregon,
best. The
or
Oregon was the best
Washington.
addition to the Big Ten, in my opinion. I mean, obviously they've done the
100%.
most since they got there.
100%.
Um, I think they got better. Honestly, I think they got better.
So
Um, so
yeah,
it's a lot, and there's a lot to unpack there. And as it keeps unfolding and all the nonsense keeps happening, obviously we'll be here to cover it and talk about it. But specifically staying in the SEC, obviously our team is Oklahoma.
Hmm.
Um, Still upset about how we ended the year last year. I think this year, though, I think we're going to turn it around. In my opinion, I think maybe we sit right around 5, 6 ranked in the country. Um, I don't think we get up. I don't think we break into, the top four, top three, or anything like that. I think we're, you know, seated pretty decently 5 through 7. Um,
I say 8 through 15.
you think so?
I think 8 through 15. Yep,
But I just, especially with the schedule, I mean, looking at it, like it's a pretty roller coaster schedule. Um, it's tough. It's tough early too. You know, we got Michigan. We have to go to Michigan and play at 11
that's fine.
a.m.
I'm not scared of
Um,
that.
I'm not scared of that either. And then we have New Mexico, so that's going to be interesting. And then we have to turn right around and go to Georgia. That's going to be a game. That is going to be a
I
fist
really
fight.
see that as only the only game where it is a clear cut. OU will probably lose.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 70-30 chance we lose that game. Um, Now I want them to win, and if John Mateer's traps and shoulders and biceps get any bigger, I swear to God, we're gonna just we're gonna just line up in the old
Just run it. Just
just
run it.
I mean Tim Tebow who type s.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, dude, I'm just
Yeah.
buddy,
I feel the same way. Now,
buddy.
the game that I want is Texas. We have to beat Texas
If
this
we
year.
don't beat Texas, I'm telling you, dude, I'm gonna throw something very far
Yes. And
and
there's
repeatedly
potential
throw it.
that I will be in Dallas around this time. And if I have to listen and see all of those Texas fans celebrating that win, I'm going to lose my mind. Absolutely lose my mind. I'm going to trash the hotel room, I swear.
If we leave Dallas without the golden hat, I'm going to start a fire.
Something's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Like this game,
I would
and
rather
just
go 1-9 and beat Texas than go 9-1 and lose to Texas.
yeah, seriously. Like,
I hate burnt orange. And the fact that their softball team's like, oh, we won back to back. Bitch, double that shit, and we did it.
yeah,
What are
right.
you gonna do? What are you gonna
Well,
winning's our culture now. Uh, is it? Is it really? Should
guess we'll
we get
see.
yours back to back? I guess we'll see. Yeah. Oh, by the
We'll
way, who
see.
has the #1 recruiting class in softball? That's right. Oklahoma does. Who had a freshman almost break the all-time record? Oh, that's right. Oklahoma does. Because we don't need a wonder player.
Hmm.
We had a wonder team, and we're still there.
Right.
70% of all of the softball championships for the last 10 years have went through Oklahoma. All right.
Yep.
All right. Chill your
Well,
shit. Chill your
yeah.
shit.
But even just to score a touchdown against Texas this year is a win. Is a win. It's an absolute win. Um, then we got Kentucky. Not really worried about that. Mississippi State at Mississippi State. I feel like that's kind of a sneaky game.
40.
Um, I feel like that's going to be the sleeper game this year. I think that's going to
We're
be.
putting up 40.
I hope so. I hope so.
Now, they may
South
put up
Carolina.
50, but I mean, we're putting up 40.
South Carolina is always kind of scrappy. We have to go to Florida. That'll be interesting. Um, I'm looking forward to redemption against Ole Miss. We're gonna beat Texas A&M. They're a fraud, and then obviously I think we beat Missouri again, no problem. Um, but I am. This is going to be a statement season for sure. Can is John Mantier the real thing? I think that's the big question. People last year, including myself, I was one. He didn't have the arm strength last year. He couldn't get it there. Wasn't throwing
After
with
the
his
hand
feet
injury.
set.
After the
Yeah,
hand injury. I went back and
but
watched some of his highlights, dude, before he hurt his hand, and he was picking apart picking apart defenses. And
Right.
now, for those of you who haven't, please go look at that picture that John Mateer posted on his IG.
Mhm.
Dude is absolutely
Jack.
yoked.
Yeah, he's jacked out of his mind.
Yoked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please go look at it. Like, it's insane. His traps are like,
Well,
it's
and
in the.
that's the thing is like people are now complaining about that, and I'm like, Okay, he wasn't strong enough last year, so
I'm
he
gonna throw a
puts
football,
on
throw the
muscle.
ball.
Yeah, toss a pigskin over the mountains, boy.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, I listen. If it works, it works. I'm not mad that he put on some muscle this year, especially with how much he ran the ball last year. And now I know he had to, but if we keep that same style of play where he's going to take the ball a lot, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. That's another big thing. We have to be able to run the ball. We have to be able to run the ball. And at
Yeah.
the media day, Brent Venables, when he was being asked questions, he said, "This is a line of scrimmage league. Make no mistake about it. The margins are incredibly small. I would argue if you lose the line of scrimmage in any particular game, most of the time you're going to lose the game, obviously." Um, and he's right. I mean, the SEC is a very line of scrimmage league. And so now in the past game, I felt like we did okay. Um, I would really say below average, but okay enough. Um,
You know what I
and a
want
lot
to
of
see?
those hang on.
You know,
A lot of those
go
a
ahead.
lot
Do
of
your thing.
those
Do
a
your
lot
thing.
of those guys are returning this year. Um, I think with that, that experience that they had and everything, I think our offensive line is gonna be more aggressive and a lot stouter this year.
Oh yeah, and we actually have returning starters. That's something we haven't had.
Yeah, in a
Returning
while.
starters.
Yeah.
We have a starting five, a
Yeah.
set starting five that is not set to rotate. We have a
Right.
starting five offensive line, a
Yeah.
starting five. We haven't had that 2 years. 2 years.
I know. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited. And we got some great additions through the transfer portal, some solid key players that are gonna be great. So I think we're a better team this year than we were obviously last year. I think
I
we're
agree.
stronger, stouter. I think we're going to be quicker, um, and a lot more physical.
I think if our defense does the exact same thing and our offense does 10% better, we are competing for, I don't want to say we'll win the natty if we just do that, but we're definitely making people sweat.
Yeah,
And we're in the
I
playoffs for
agree with
sure.
that.
I definitely think, depending on how Georgia comes out, I think we have an opportunity to go undefeated. It's going to be tough, but I think, honestly, in my heart of hearts, that OU could win it all if we put a run game together and as long as John Mateer stays healthy.
Yep,
That is the big
I
question mark.
completely agree with that.
So,
You know, and I was watching something the other day. I can't remember where, but they were talking about the SEC, and this guy was like, "I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Oklahoma hate in the SEC because this team has the capability to go and win a national championship. They do. They absolutely do. And like I said, we're much stronger this year than we were last year, and I th- I really think the SEC needs to take notice of Oklahoma. I really
no,
do.
they don't. I think they need to underestimate what we're going to be able to do. And that way, when our defense walks in and it's like, yeah, that's Oklahoma's defense. And then, bam, Oklahoma offense that's comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got Isaiah Satania, arguably one of the most athletic receivers to line up. We
Hmm.
got Texas's not necessarily number one guy. That's okay. But we got Trell Harris. We got Isaiah Satania. We got Parker Livingston. Backing him up, we got the speedster, Elijah Thomas. We got Jashir Rogers, another young, upcoming. People have been raving about him and the
Yep.
practices. Dude's up and coming. We got Jacob Jordan right there. We got Mackenzie Aielini. I don't know how to say that last name right. I mean, we got some boys. We got some dogs on there. And let's talk about the biggest pickup we got since I don't know when. You ready for this?
Let me hear it.
Jason Witten is our fucking tight ends coach.
Yeah.
Arguably the greatest clutch, uh, uh, short yardage, long yardage blocker. I mean, could be if you weren't a. I mean, I'm saying a
Yeah.
top 5 tight end ever,
Ever.
ever to play the
One of the
game. And
most.
I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but the man was just open all the time, and he was so slow. But the problem is, he knew how to play the game, knew where to be, and now he's passing it along to the next generation. And his son is a 5-star linebacker. And guess where he's gonna come, baby? Oklahoma.
Yep. Yep. Dude, I know. Biggest pickup of the year so far.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like I said, it's a whole revamped team. New, like I said, new additions, big pickups. I'm just so excited to get this football season started. So excited, dude. I'm
so
like
excited,
itching.
man.
I'm itching for it, man.
I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
ready to
I'm ready to
yell at the
watch.
TV.
I'm
I'm
ready to
ready to throw
watch.
stuff. Let's go.
I'm
I'm
ready to
so ready for it.
I'm ready to
Um,
overpay for subscriptions to watch the same game I've been watching for all my life for free.
yeah, right. Seriously. Um, and well, I mean, with that, let's early season predictions. Um, I mean, who do we think? Who's our sleeper teams? You know, who's going to be first team out? What are we thinking here? Just early season predictions for the top for the 12 playoffs teams. Who do you think gets in? Who's out this year?
Uh, State, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, depending on how they get.
Yeah,
Gotta count in Indiana, Oklahoma, Miami, Penn State. We'll see. Penn State's my sleeper team to be really good. Um,
I don't know, man.
they got some athletes, bro. They
Yeah,
got
but
some athletes.
I don't know if Matt Campbell gets it done in his
Listen,
first year at Penn
listen,
State.
listen. He ain't gonna win it all. He ain't gonna win it all. But he's gonna make the playoffs. You watch. Um. So yeah. Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia. I've got a little my little list over here. Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame. Fuck Texas. Just for all those people out there. LSU maybe, depending on how Lane Kiffin does. We'll see. Obviously not Texas Tech. Sorsby.
Yeah, yeah,
Indiana, Oklahoma. Oklahoma will be a playoff team. Um, Alabama, maybe. We'll see. Consistency is the question.
yeah.
Miami, I think, will come back. Penn State, and then a toss up between. I mean, my pick is Michigan, Ole Miss, and I want to say Clemson, but again,
Okay.
consistency, consistency.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. You think
what you got? What you got?
Michigan's a playoff team this year?
I think Michigan is always hard to count out because they're Michigan. They're the winningest program in football history, and to count them out, especially under not necessarily the bad seasons they've had. I think they
Mm,
brought in a really good, good coach for them. Um, I'm really interested to see how they react. I think their offense is going to be revamped. I think they're going to come in and sling the rock. I think they're going to get away from that old timey, rough and tough, 3 yards in a cloud of dust Michigan football. I think they're going to implement some of the Big 12 action into the Big 10 series. I'm interested to see how it goes. So yeah, I put them as a dark horse 12 seed.
okay. Okay. So you don't think like a
Fuck Texas.
BYU or a
No,
Texas Tech gets in?
no. Texas Tech does not have a quarterback. They paid the guy and he paid himself. All right. He was betting on games. For those of you who don't know, he tried to go in the supplemental draft of the NFL. Everyone said no.
Yep.
So again, not for me. BYU, maybe a contender. I don't see them beating any of the 12 teams I listed, honestly.
Yeah.
Are they a good team? Abso-freaking-lutely. But what happened to Texas Tech last year, who beat BYU twice, and BYU I think was better last year than they are this year. And Texas Tech is not near as good. So they're going to get in because of I mean, they might get in. I don't know. The Oklahoma State could be promising in the Big 12.
True.
I'm just
Yeah, it's
saying,
true.
man. I'm
It
just
could
saying.
happen.
I don't see BYU being the team, especially against. I mean, you put BYU up against Oklahoma. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, them getting into the playoffs in general, winning their
Come on, man.
conference, getting in. Who do you think? You know, I mean, as far as
Yeah.
it when it comes to the
Yeah, I
Big
know.
12,
I know. I know. I know, man.
I
I
mean,
just don't.
I think most of the 12 teams that got in last year will get in. I don't think we see Indiana on top. I don't think they repeat at all. I think they're maybe like a 3 or 4 seed. I don't really I just I don't think so. Um
Oh
not
no.
saying that they couldn't, but I think um preseason Ohio State's going to be number 1. That's my prediction. Indiana at 3, I'm thinking maybe Georgia at 2.
You just gonna pass up Oregon like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
trust like Oregon's a great team, but
Phenomenal. One of the deepest teams in the nation.
they haven't done anything. I mean
I mean,
I mean, it just like
up until last year. Now that at Indiana, now look at them.
well, I know
Hey.
that, but Oregon's been in the playoffs and they've lost every time. I mean, it's the same for Oklahoma. Like I can't say
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
shit
I'm just
about
saying.
that. But
Go ahead.
yeah,
Back to your list. Back to your list.
Oregon's great, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Notre Dame gets in. I'd say that.
Fuck them.
I think Notre Dame gets in. Um Non-power conference teams, do they get in again this year?
Yeah,
Um
they didn't change the rules, so yeah, they're gonna get in.
okay.
But here's the
So
deal: it ain't gonna
James
matter.
Madison. James Madison gets in. Um I don't think Tulane repeats. I mean, maybe in North Texas or somebody.
North Texas
Um
ain't got nobody anymore either.
I mean, I don't
They
know.
lost all
Maybe
their
it's
players to Oklahoma State. Hey, let's talk North Dakota State.
okay. Yeah, that's a good one. New addition.
Yeah, I
So
mean, sorry, North Texas lost all their people to Oklahoma State. I said North Dakota State. North Dakota State, bro. Well, I want to see what this. I mean, SCU Division Two. Trying to feel.
I
Are
th-
we drinking the Kool Aid on these teams coming up? Trinidad Cham was played in that area. I mean, what do we got going on here? Do we have some overlooked athletes possibly coming
possibly.
out
I
of
mean,
these
I
small
would say so.
schools?
I mean, Carson Wentz went to NDSU. I don't see, why that's not a possibility. I mean, look, they've had a great program. I mean, they've completely ran that entire FCS schedule over and over again. I mean, obviously they didn't win it last year, but um I mean, they're a great program. Absolutely solid. Got good depth. What conference did they join again?
Mac.
Oh, the Mac Attack. The Mac Attack. So they got
Mac attack, baby. So they got
honestly,
nobody and nobody and nobody and
yeah.
nobody and nobody. And then they got nobody again.
So does
Um,
North Dakota State get in their first year? Do they make the playoffs?
could they?
I mean, that seems like a real
I
possibility.
don't know.
I mean, does that not seem like a real possibility though?
I think it'd be cool. It's not going to happen because I think there is still that gap between bad Division One teams and really good Division Two teams or FBS teams, whatever you want to call
You
them,
think?
FCS teams, whatever you call it. I think there's still that like 3 points a game, 7 points a game difference. I think they top three in the MAC. I don't think they win the MAC. And even if they do win the MAC, I don't think the MAC is better than the American. And I don't think
Well,
the American is better than the Sun Belt.
man,
So,
I don't
and now you
know.
got the Pac-12, buddy. Now you got the Pac-12.
Yeah, but still, there's like no one in the Pac-12.
You got Boise State, Washington State, Oregon State, Utah State, Sacramento State, San Jose State. You got all the state schools.
You got all the state schools, but I mean, it's like
I mean, yeah, you're right though. But who do you trust more to go out and compete? Do you trust Boise State more or North Dakota State more? Do you trust that schedule or this schedule? Do you trust? See what I'm saying? It's like, mm,
I don't know because kind of in my mind they're a little bit even at this point. Like I don't
hey man, life's a garden.
just got to dig it.
I'm just ready.
Um
I'm just ready to watch somebody dig.
yeah, seriously. Like I'm sitting here thinking about this and I I keep going back to the North Dakota State in the MAC and I think they could win it in their first year. Because like when I'm thinking about North Dakota State playing against
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks.
Foist, you heard it, Foist.
You heard it first.
um, no, I just like I think they could win it because you're playing Akron, you got Ball State, you got uh, who
My point exactly.
exact
Who?
Eastern Michigan, you got uh, yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of nobodies, and I think they're leaps and bounds above what they were playing at in the FCS. So when we're talking about bad Division One versus FCS, like good FCS, I mean, I don't know, man.
See,
I don't know.
we'll see. But, anyways, buddy, I hate to do
Yeah,
this to you, but we got to get going.
that's right. But it's a fun first episode back. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight, and we'll be back again very soon. And I'll keep everybody posted on when the baseball shows are going to start and all that. But hey, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be
It's
back.
good to be back. Boomer
Best time
Sooner,
of year.
baby. All the
Boomer
way.
sooner. Well, thank you, everybody. If you haven't yet, follow us Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We'll see y'all at the Hangout. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.